Hi everyone, I am back to make another wonderful spicy Mexican meal, and I'm gonna try to get you guys so that you can see everything that's going on here. So I am loving using leftovers. So a lot of things that I do, I had some hamburger patties that ended up having spices that my spouse could not eat, so I've been having to eat several hamburger patties, and I took the rest of it and I just put some taco seasoning in there. There you go. So what I'm gonna do is I've got my Carb Quick, so it's just like a Bisquick, but it has less carbs. And I put in a little bit of Pampered Chef's creamy jalapeno right there. It is beautiful looking. Woo! It's got a kick to it, and a little tang. So I just shook some in there to taste. I do have a 1/4 cup of the Carb Quick. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put an egg in here. So I've got my seasonings, I've got my egg. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up. Okay, so I'm gonna make this kind of like a batter. So you know how you make a, it's like a Mexican, I'm trying to think of what it is, where you put the meat, and maybe you put some corn and some beans, and then you top it with your cornbread mix. So this is essentially what I'm trying to convey with this. So you can put whatever spices you want in here. Say you wanted to make this Italian and you've got some sausage, and you want to put sausage on the bottom, and then you just mix this up as like a kind of like a cornbread mix. But the nice thing is that this only has 2 carbs. So this is looking like it's mixing quite well here. Get this off of here. And again, so this is an egg, 1/4 cup of the Carb Quick, and some seasonings. So it looks pretty mixed up. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I have this amazing half pie pan. So spring launch, Pampered Chef came out with these wonderful pans, so that way you can make 2 different things. So yours and mine, or you can put in your dessert, and look at this beautiful color. So you can make a dessert and you can make a dinner. So for those that are just, 2 people at home, maybe you can each share it, or just have leftovers. Maybe you want more than 1 pie. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump my meat. I've got 1.5 ounces in here, and I'm just gonna dump that meat in. I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit. I don't have a lot of meat in here. If you want to have more meat, you can. That's all I had left. So see, there's still holes in it. The next that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I've got 1.5 pieces of cheese. And this is just pepper jack cheese. You can use sprinkled cheese. You can use whatever you like. So I'm just gonna spread it out. I just put it into 3 pieces like this, and make sure I get my corner over here. There we go. And so then the next is I've got a sour cream. So this may be, if you're making a lasagna version, you can use ricotta cheese. Always just count, what kind of carbs you have, how many you're allowed. So I'm gonna try to spread this out a little bit on here. Back in the day, I used to have a recipe. It was similar. It had corn, it had beans, it had corn tortillas, and it was a delicious. It had mushrooms, and it was something, I can't remember if it was a Richard Simmons recipe or if it was something else, but I remember having that with my mom, and I loved it so much. I ate it when I was an adult as well. Made it for my kids, and so That's right. I love spicy.
I got burned.
I love spicy. Okay. So now I've just got my meat, my cheese, my sour cream, and now I'm gonna put on my carb quick topping and just kind of spread it right down the middle here. Let me see if you guys can see this a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then I'm gonna pop it in my air fryer, probably about 350 degrees when he's cooking whatever he's cooking, because we've got multiple racks, multiple levels, and so we can both cook something at the same time. So he might be having some meat or chicken. We'll probably put it in a tray with some vegetables. And so that way we can both have food cooking. So I am just spreading this around like it is a pot pie topping, cornbread topping. And there we go. And then I'm just gonna cook it. So I am excited about this. This sounds like it's gonna be a very tasty meal, and I'll let you guys know how it is.